Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. Um, I was going to go ahead and do my week ahead spread. I did pull it ahead of time as I usually do, so I can think about it and look at it. And so yeah, I pulled from my Light Seers Tarot, which is no brainer. I have to use this at least once a week because it's my precious. Um, but I went ahead and did the energy obstacle and advice for the week. Um, the energy for the week, I pulled the Justice card. And the Justice card for me is, it is literally all about finding balance. This particular card, and I've said before, I know I have, it looks all well and good there. She's maintaining balance. And then if you flip it over, which I don't read reversals, and that's one of the reasons I love this deck because um, I see the duality of the light seer side and the shadow seer side of the cards when I look at them. Um, but this one, to really get that effect of a darker side, you have to flip it over and you see her face looks different. Um, she's more drawn, and it almost looks like she's trying to force the sword out, um, as a shadow side of her. Like she's maintaining balance, but then there's that darker part of her that almost like it's craving imbalance and wants chaos. And so she's trying to force her from maintaining that balance that she has. And that is why I adore this card. Um, yeah. But for me, for the energy of the week, again, would be all about finding balance, to me, and maintaining it. Because it can be a slippery slope. So yeah, that for me would be the energy for the week ahead. The obstacle for the week ahead, and the advice kind of had me thinking a little bit. The obstacle for the week, I pulled the Three of Pentacles. And when I look at this card, I immediately think of community. I immediately think of teamwork, of um, doing things as a unit, togetherness. And since I've been back to work 2 weeks now, there has been that sense of community just because I realized I was missed by so many people, because of the job I do. Because, um, yes, they were able to do the job without me, but at the same time, there was no replacing me, if that makes sense. Um, Last couple of days of last week, I felt like I was falling back into old patterns where I would get frustrated at certain people at certain times of the day just because we need to get the work done and they're off on a phone call or doing something else. And I think that is actually, now that I'm saying it, is quite fitting for the week ahead because we're going into week 3, which is odd because I pulled the 3 of Pentacles. And it is all about teamwork and communicating. And before I went out on work furlough, there wasn't a whole lot of that. And I feel like that is my downfall. I will suffer in silence rather than start a fight or start an argument or, um, and I'm not trying to start a fight or an argument at work. I love everybody there. Um, but there's a sense of I'd rather be silent and just suffer in silence. So I think that possibly could be why this came up is I need to be more outspoken so we can work cohesively as a team, um, to get the job done. So yeah, okay, that makes more sense now that I'm talking it out. So the advice for the week, and I think I've only ever pulled this card once, is the Two of Swords. Anyway, so the Two of Swords is the advice. And coupled with this, now that I've really talked about this one, coupled with this, it makes more sense. Because the Two of Swords is all about being blind to things. To me, it's about making a choice. There's a good choice and a bad choice. And you're blind to the outcomes, maybe, of the situations. So I think that the advice for me would be, you have a choice. You can either speak up, work cohesively as a team, and come out of it happier and not drained every day, or you can continue to suffer in silence. So I think that would be my advice, is stop being so blind to the situation, or use my voice. So yeah, that to me is what this week's week ahead spread, it makes sense, total sense to me. So now I'm going to take a look at the book and see what it says about these three cards. Justice, from a light seer perspective. Natural law, balances, karma, truth, wisdom, legal matters, fairness, cause and effect, integrity, objectivity, perspective, accountability. The shadow seer side, consequences, retribution, karma, injustice, and iniquity, dishonesty, imbalance, and need to take responsibility for your actions. Wow. Justice asks you to learn from your past experiences. Wow. The good, the bad, and the fugly. Take it all and grow from it. Wow. I was like, right. The energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. Wow. It highlights clarity of motivation and intention. Wow. And it asks you to be realistic about the cause and effect of your thoughts and actions. Wow. Seek to balance your growth with both positivity and shadow, and learn from the many different parts of you. In your current situation, be impartial as you reframe your reality and work to remove any negative emotional charge from the equation. Spot on this week for me. Wow. If fear is causing you to act in a way that you aren't proud of, seek a variety of perspectives before judging another person's actions to be good or bad. And it says good in quotes or bad in quotes. The only true path ahead of you is not one that is necessarily black or white, but it is always one of love. And then it says, my good karma is delightfully loving, and it can be the most motivating of teachers. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. Amazing. So now I'm anxious to see these other two, because I don't really read the book that often. I try to rely mostly on my intuition. And then I think it was spot on for that card. Okay. Three of Pentacles. The light seer side. Actually, this is in the negative position, so I'm going to read the shadow seer side. Difficulty working with others. A need to listen. Selfishness. Pushing your own agenda. Not trusting your partner's ability. Ego clash. think I was right about that as well. Just not in those words. Working with others gives us with the opportunity to learn from one another and to blend energies to create something totally new. Look for conscious collaborators as mentors, apprentices, or both. Co-creating together for the good of the whole is powerful magic. And this teamwork and community card calls you for to add your unique essence to the bigger picture. Remember that your relationships are the base of your well-being. If you are having trouble with others, seek to align goals in order to cultivate peaceful unions. Mutually beneficial relationships place equal importance on each person's novel wisdom and way of being in the world. Regardless of this relational hierarchy, everyone has something uniquely enchanting to bring to the table. When life paths are intertwined, strive to create harmonic states as you weave your way in and out of one another's day. Welcome people into your heart and open doors of possibility that didn't exist before. And then the quote below says, I step into the vibration of conscious collaboration. Wow, that is amazing as well. Whew. So now we're going to go to the Two of Swords. And this is in a, I'm just going to read the light and dark shadow side. The light seer side, stalemate at crossroads, making a difficult choice, opposing ideas or options, choosing the best route of action, memory, and thought. Shadow seer, a difficult choice, confusion, the angst of the unknown, between a rock and a hard place, fear of commitment. You know that feeling of not knowing? It's time to make a choice, and it may seem like you are between a rock and a hard place. If you can't decide which way to go, it's because you can't see the bigger picture. Yet, the Two of Swords is whispering that you must move in one direction. Close your eyes and listen to your internal guidance system for your map. If your intuition has fallen unusually silent, it's asking you to trust yourself and your ability to discern and decide. Even in blindness, you already know the best way forward. When you act, the future will reveal itself and it will help to move you toward your dream. Have faith that the universe is serving you the right experience. As the crossroads of duality, your analysis and overthinking will just get you buried in the quicksand of a million possible endings. So find peace of mind by trusting your judgment. And then the quote below says, when blinded by the unknown, I can trust myself to move toward the light. Wow. Okay, so that seems to be almost like it's talking about not just work, but like an overall moving forward. And that totally applies considering where I've been the last few weeks. I've just been feel like I was at a stalemate. And so, yeah, wow, that was very cool and very powerful. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. Please hit the like button on this video if you liked it. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you get notified of future videos in the future. Anyway, that was it. And you guys have a great afternoon. Bye.